Hi, I'm Zain.
And I'm Avanti. And we are here delving into conversations about mental health and illness, which seem to make people pretty uncomfortable. And that's why we're doing this podcast. We want to make you really, really uncomfortable. We want to challenge the stigma around mental health and illness and just get people to talk about it because it really is okay.
Yes, it is okay to do so.
Hi, today is a very special day. I'm going and meeting my friends who started a podcast called The Marbles Lost and Found. It's a podcast on mental health.
As you all know, mental health is, or mental illness rather, is a taboo in our country, and like most people who are suffering from any kind of depression or any kind of mental illness find it really difficult to talk about it to other people. People usually just call them mad in our country, which is so sad. So they've created something that people can go to understand mental illness first of all. So it's the first step, and I'm really proud of these guys for doing something like this. I'm going to Ujaala's house, who's also a team member of Marbles right now. So we're gonna sit there and have a talk.
Oh, you wore the yellow t-shirt last time.
I did wear the yellow
Yes,
t-shirt.
the good thing you did not wear the yellow t-shirt.
I know.
Oh my god, that would
I think there was a part of me that consciously was like, let me not wear that t-shirt today.
Oh, you thought about it.
Well, I mean, because I saw it, I was like, I want to wear that. I was like, oh, no, wait, I wore it that time.
And you wore the same thing.
My shorts also?
Yeah.
Oh, but people didn't see my shorts, that's all good.
I saw your shorts.
The viewers didn't see the shorts.
I was so viewer.
Me. See, so this is the kind of conversation that Ujaala and I are going to have. Huh? Hey, I'm Zain, and you are? So we are part of Marbles Lost and Found, a podcast which we put together to raise awareness about mental health. It was something that I felt like I needed to do, but I think the reason that this sort of spurred me on was because like I was doing this self-development course around that time, and part of this course was we needed to take on a project, whatever project we wanted, but it had to be something that served the community. So at that time, based on the fact that I'd been in therapy for maybe just a little under a year, and how like that sort of helped me, I realized that, and just how speaking to friends and stuff like that, like yours truly over here, Ujaala, and just basically sharing our own stories and stuff like that, I think it made me realize how, human all of this is, and how and despite the fact that it's human, we still have so many reservations about it. And that's what led to me taking this leap of faith, as I've always called it, and just like wrote a status on Facebook, and it was like a call to action, just to get people who might be interested in the same things as I was to do something about it and create some sort of initiative. At the time, we didn't know it was going to be a podcast though. One of the main reasons we honed in on that is because it was easier to do relatively, like it didn't require so much hands-on production.
Yeah.
And it was convenient as well because everyone in the team, myself included, is a freelancer. And so yeah, that's when we honed in on a podcast, and we just kind of felt that fit, with our narrative as far as communicating, as far as having a conversation. And each episode is with Avanti and I. Avanti is
Our math therapist.
Our math therapist, yes. She is the co-host of the show along with me. And we, of course, the first couple of episodes, we kind of just like talk about ourselves, kind of tell our story. But as the season goes on, we just bring in guests and we talk about their stories, and each episode has like a relevant theme.
It wasn't about telling people what to do, but it was basically about providing a platform for people to tune in and talk and share. So it was genuinely an attempt at at several conversations which we felt
Yeah.
were very important to have, which is why again podcasts, which is what my takeaway from the podcast was. And it was great because a lot of it was very free flowing,
Yeah.
and I think things like this are actually about having discussions, and it's not really not like a monologue where you're telling someone something or
Yeah.
someone's telling you what to do, and
Yeah, it was kind
it all just came together really seamlessly.
Yeah, it
and
was
we got-
engaging.
It was engaging, and we
thing.
got great support from IVM. The people
Yeah,
at IVM, and
IVM
they
is
supported.
is the podcast production company that
Yeah.
helped us put all of this together. We've done an entire season. There are 10 episodes in the season, and each episode is approximately 19 to 25 minutes in length. So they're short format, and we kept that in mind because the subject matter can be quite intense for people. But we also try to keep the narrative as accessible and friendly as possible as well. So it's not we don't intend for listeners to feel heavy after an episode is over. So 10 episodes down. We started in June, the end of June, and we just finished in August. Right now, though, where because of how positive the response has been, we're trying to figure out what to do for season 2.
So the response has been really interesting. In the beginning, it was people just reaching out and saying that we've listened and we really appreciate that you guys are doing something about it. And a lot of people are not aware of something that really needs to be discussed and spoken about. And then I think the more episodes we did, the feedback was a lot more detailed. So Zain and Avanti used to get a lot of emails about people actually having conversations with them and sharing their stories. And I think we've all been very mindful about respecting the trust that they've given us and sharing stories. A lot of them are people that we know, we don't know. It was just really wonderful, and it was so endearing to hear back from them. And
it was very heartwarming.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to us. Ujala and I ramble on. Shadaab has been very quiet
Thank
in the
you.
corner, just like recording
We
everything.
miss you, Avanti and Nisha and Priyanka.
Yes, that's the rest of the team, by the way, for anyone who forgot about that. So that's
We haven't forgotten.
yeah, yes, very good. So yes, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. On Facebook, we are Marbles Lost and Found. On Instagram, we are Marbles Podcast India, and
IVM. You can find
and
us
yes,
on-
you can find our podcast on the IVM website. So that's ivmpodcast.com, and you just type in Marbles Lost and Found, you'll find us. And I hope you guys find the podcast helpful. Ciao. Live long and prosper. I don't know. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, bro.
Ciao.
See you later.
See yas.
Cool.